ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor to be here at the forum of India's top founders, celebrating the brightest entrepreneurs of our country. I'm very happy to be here. And as Anurag just said, today I'm not here as a journalist. He has told me strictly not to speak as a journalist, not to speak as an anchor, but as a founder of my company and as a person who has come to encourage you. Before I begin, I must acknowledge the vision of my friend Anurag Batra, the driving force behind Business World and Exchange for Media. His journey itself is an inspiration for all of us. And through platforms like this, he is not only celebrating India's founders, but also strengthening the ecosystem that allows them to thrive. He's always full of ideas. Whenever I have met him for coffee, for a meal, he's always buzzing with ideas, always full of energy. This room, this hall, is unlike any other place. It's not filled with politicians except one, Mr. Alphonse, bureaucrats or journalists like me. It is filled with builders, not the real estate builders, but people who have the courage to turn an idea into a company and then make that company into a force shaping India's economy. Being here among India's top founders, I can feel the same energy that drives a newsroom on an election day, charged, restless, and unstoppable. This evening, I feel we are celebrating the same energy what I feel during elections in my newsroom. Now, we are here to talk about startups, and I feel startups are not just business, they are revolutions. Every startup here is a proof that India's future won't be written by those who cling to old hierarchies, and it will be written by those who dare to disrupt them. And I really like this idea of disruptors, because I think all of us present here, we are all disruptors. When I look across this hall, I don't just see the founders, I see the next generation of industry leaders, all big people sitting here. People who will build big companies, people who will inspire the next wave of dreamers. So I can see a lot of dreams floating around in this room. As I said earlier, most of you know me as a journalist, as a television anchor, but today I want to speak to you as like a heart-to-heart chat between one founder to the other founder. For years, I sat in one of the most powerful chairs in the Indian media. I was the editor-in-chief, the CEO of a leading news network, which was very powerful, very influential, very good balance sheet. I had the corner office, all the comforts, the influence. But after doing the same thing again and again for so many years, every morning, every evening, every night, I felt the comfort can kill your ambitions. I wanted to build something that was my own. I wanted to create a newsroom that spoke to people in a different language, very differently, that decoded news instead of doing a drama, that empowered citizens instead of confusing them. And so, I did what many people thought was madness. So many people came to me and told me, don't do this. You are so comfortable. You are doing so well. There was no reason actually for me to leave that big company, to leave that big office and start something from zero. But still, I left that cushy CEO's job and took the big leap. In fact, I would say the biggest leap of my life. And that leap gave birth to my company, which is called Esprit Productions. And I'm very happy to tell you my company, Esprit Productions, now produces my show, which is called Decode with Sudhir Chaudhary on DD News. And today, as I speak to you, when I go back from here to my studio, I'll be presenting the 100th episode of Decode this evening. It's a very short journey of 100 episodes. And I'm very happy to share the numbers with you. Because finally, when you start your own companies, your own startups, what matters is not long speeches. What, what matters is the numbers, the success. So, in these 100 episodes of Decode, we got 23 crore views on YouTube. I never thought that I'll get this kind of number so soon. But yes, today I'm standing at 23 point something crore views, and I'm talking only about YouTube here. And maybe when I hit my 200th episode, maybe I'll be doing much better than this. Today, when I see Decode competing with the biggest private news channels, when I see it connect with millions of viewers every evening, I feel the same pride that you feel when your idea becomes a successful product. Your product becomes a company, and your company becomes an inspiration. When I was joining Doordarshan, so many people told me that don't go to Doordarshan. You should go to any private company. If you want to start your own company, please do that. But don't take your show on Doordarshan because nobody watches Doordarshan. The first question I used to face when I used to tell people that I have gone to Doordarshan, people used to ask me, ये कहाँ आता है? So it was a huge risk. And all of you in this room know, I think, what I'm about to say now. Starting up is not glamorous. It's brutal. And I'm sure you will all agree with me. It's lonely. It's uncertain. It is sleepless nights and endless doubts. But it is also the most thrilling ride of your life. Because the same risk that keeps you awake at night is also the reason you jump out of bed in the morning. I'll tell you a story about today's morning. I slept very late at night, was very sleepy this morning, wanted to sleep for another 2 hours. But I think some idea hit my mind while in sleep, and I immediately got up. And after that, I could not sleep. And I thought, okay, let me just get up. I wanted to write something. I immediately got up, started writing something before I just forget that idea. So that's the journey of a founder of a startup company. If you look at me, I have lived the corporate world, I have lived the startup life, and I have enjoyed the both. And I can tell you this with a lot of conviction. Chaos with purpose is far more rewarding than comfort without meaning. So, to all the founders here, you have already done what millions of people can only dream of. You have built, you have scaled, and this evening you are being celebrated. So, I'm congratulating all of you today. And let me say this as someone who has just entered the founder's journey. The challenge is not in building it once, but in building again and again. Not in raising the first round, but in proving you never needed it. Not in chasing valuations, but in creating real value. And this is what this forum stands for, not just rewarding success, but inspiring people who are scaling their vision. There has never been a better time in the history to be a founder in India. I come from a middle class family, as sir said in the beginning. His father was a teacher. Even my father was a teacher. My mother was a teacher, and I am their only child. And when I was born in 1972, that was the time when every middle class family or lower middle class family used to dream that their son will one day get a good, cushy government job. Everybody was after government jobs. And when I was growing up, if I tell my father that I don't want to do a government job and maybe do something of my own, he would have discouraged me like anything. In fact, I did discourage him when I joined media, because in early 90s, joining media was not a good prospect. It was not considered to be a well-to-do profession. My father used to ask me that if you become a journalist, you will not get a girl to get married. So yes, all of us, we have taken huge risks, and that's why we are in this room. But let's talk about India today, not the India Today company. So you look around yourself. India is the fastest growing major economy today. We have the youngest workforce in the world. Digital adoption is much, much deeper than ever in our country today. Global capital is looking at India as the new land of opportunity. If Silicon Valley was the world's startup hub in 90s and China was in 2000s, I think the 2020s belong to India. It belongs to us. And this forum, this room, this hall is the command center for that revolution. When I left my CEO's role, people asked me why give up power, recognition, and this secure job, this security. And my answer was simple. Positions give you status, but only creation gives you legacy. And that's what each one of you here is doing, trying to create legacies. Legacies that will shape India's future far more than any government policy or corporate boardroom ever could. For me, the greatest reward is this. When I walk into my studio today, every night, I know the show I anchor is not just a program. It's not just a TV show. It's a product of my company. It's a product of my team. I have 50 young boys and girls working with me today. And all these 50 people are very different from others. Their thought process is very different from others. They are dreamers. And I tell each one of them that after a few years, you should not work with me. You should not do a job with my company. You should have your own companies, and I'll shape you. I'll teach you whatever I can to be a successful person who can lead their companies. So it's a huge satisfaction when you do your show and you know that you are not doing it to earn money. You are doing it to transform the society. And you are doing something for your country. That ownership is priceless. So this evening, the founders who are winning and the ones who are still struggling, I want to say this. Don't let fear of failure kill your hunger for success. And I'm telling you with my own experiences. Don't let comfort kill your creativity. And never forget, the future of India belongs to those who dare. Your startups are not just companies, they are movements, they are weapons of change. They are building blocks of a new India, an India that is very confident, an India which is innovative and unstoppable. And at the end of my speech, congratulations to every founder here, every award winner, every dreamer. May your journey inspire millions more to take this leap. And finally, my thanks again to my friend Anurag Batra for creating this platform that not only it celebrates founders but strengthens India's entrepreneurial ecosystem, people like us who do not belong to big, neither political families nor business families. I think most of us, we come from middle class backgrounds, lower middle class people. And we were always taught in our childhood that the government job is the best because it gives you a sense of security. You will get a salary every month, and that's the way life should be. And we all broke those barriers and trying to do something new, something different for our families, for the people who work for us, for the society, and ultimately for our country. Thank you very much.